Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Said the Buddhists, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class. It's from Canto 2, which is entitled The Cosmic Manifestation. Chapter 6, which is entitled puruṣasya Confirmed. And this morning, we're doing the last text, which is text 46. We're fortunate to have this morning dear Krishna Prabhu Iskon of Harrisburg and Berks back to yoga to give the class. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu and all the devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Am I audible, Prabhu? Is okay?
Absolutely. We can
Thank
hear
you.
you.
Thank you. So thank you everyone for joining this morning. We'll start with Jai Radha Madhav and our Mangla Charan, and then we'll proceed to the verse for today.
Hare Krishna. Just one request, if you don't mind, if you can turn your screen so your face comes up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Only the
Let
top
me
half of your
adjust
face
my
we can
camera
see.
here.
Oh, okay. You have to
Is
adjust
that
the
better,
camera.
Prabhu?
Yes.
Thank
Yes. Okay. Hare Krishna. Sorry for
Hare
the interruption. Go ahead.
you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Sharad Bihari Radha Sharad Bihari Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Shri Subhadra. Jaya Nitai Gaur Chandra Gaura Hari. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Srila Gurudev. जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परवकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरश्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परवकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरश्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shriman Dasa Adhikari Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshikarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotee, once again, and thank you for joining. So, as Parikshit Prabhu mentioned, we will discuss the last verse of Canto 2, Chapter 6, which is named puruṣasya confirmed, and verse number 46. Thank you, Prabhu. prādhānyato yāna risha āmananti līlā-avatāraन puruṣasya bhūmnaḥ āpīyatāṁ karṇa-kaṣāya-śoṣān anukramiṣye te imān supeśān prādhānyato yan risha āmananti līlā-avatāras puruṣasya bhūmnaḥ āpīyatāṁ karṇa-kaṣāya-śoṣān anukramiṣye imān supeśān prādhānyato yan rish āmananti līlā-avatāras puruṣasya bhūmnaḥ āpīyatāṁ karṇa-kaṣāya-śoṣān anukramiṣye imān supeśān. Few devotees can recite.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Do you mind if I change the tune a little bit to sing this one?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, all right. Prādhānyato yan visya āmananti līlāvatārān puruṣasya bhūmnaḥ āpīyatāṁ karṇa-kaṣāya-śoṣān anukramiṣye imān supeśān. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
prādhānyato yan rishi āmananti līlāvatārān puruṣasya bhūmnaḥ āpīyatāṁ karṇa-kaṣāya-śoṣān anukramiṣye imān supeśān. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mother. Anyone else?
At least one more person.
prādhānyatāya āmananti līlāvatārān puruṣasya āpīyatāṁ karṇa-kaṣāya-śoṣān anukramiṣye imān supeśān. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mother. Okay. Word to word meanings. Prādhānyatah, chiefly. Yan, all those. Rishe, O Nārada. Āmananti, worship. Līlā, pastimes. Avatāraṇ, incarnations. Puruṣasya, of the personality of Godhead. Bhūmnaḥ, the supreme. Āpīyatāṁ, in order to be relished by you. Karna, ears. Kaṣāya, foul matter. Śoṣān, that which evaporates. Anukramiṣye, shall state one after another. They, imān, as they are in my heart. Supeśān, all pleasing to hear. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. O Nārada, now I shall state one after another the transcendental incarnations of the Lord known as līlā-avatāras. Hearing of their activities counteracts all foul matters accumulated in the ear. These pastimes are pleasing to hear and are to be relished. Therefore, they are in my heart. Purport. As it was said in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.8, one cannot be fully satisfied by hearing unless and until one is given a chance to hear of the transcendental activities of the Lord. So Brahmaji is also trying in this verse to stress the importance of narrating the transcendental pastimes of the Lord as he comes and he manifests himself here on the surface of the material planets. Every living entity has a tendency to hear pleasing messages, and as such, almost every one of us is inclined to hear news and talks broadcast by the radio stations. But the difficulty is that no one is satisfied at heart by hearing all those messages. The cause of such dissatisfaction is the incompatibility of the message with the innermost stratum of the living soul. I will repeat. The cause of such dissatisfaction is the incompatibility of the message with the innermost stratum of the living soul. This transcendental literature is specially prepared by Srila Vyasadeva to give the utmost satisfaction to the people in general by narration of the activities of the Lord, as instructed by Sri Nārada Muni to Srila Vyasadeva. Such activities of the Lord are principally of two varieties. One concerns the mundane manifestation of the material creative force, and the other deals with his pastimes in the form of various incarnations in terms of the time and place. There are innumerable incarnations of the Lord, like the waves of the river flowing constantly in and out. Less intelligent persons take more interest in the creative forces of the Lord in the material world, and being disconnected from their relationship with the Lord, they put forward many theories of the creation in the name of scientific research. The devotees of the Lord, however, know well how the creative forces work concurrently by the action and reaction of the material energy of the Lord. Therefore, they take more interest in the transcendental activities of the Lord as he incarnates himself on the surface of the material world. Srimad Bhagavatam is the history of such activities of the Lord, and people who take interest in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam clear their hearts of accumulated mundane filth. There are 1,001 rash literatures on the market, but one who has taken interest in Srimad Bhagavatam loses all interest in such filthy literatures. Sri Brahmaji is thus attempting to narrate the principal incarnations of the Lord so that they may be drunk by Nārada as transcendental nectar. Thus end the Bhakti-Vedanta purports of the second canto, 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Puruṣasya Confirmed. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So by the blessings of all the devotees, we'll try to take some points and hopefully we can understand this verse. Everything is in the purport Srila Prabhupada gives. But just to keep our attention and just so that we can remember, we want to repeat the same points again and again. So, Sri Brahmaji is explaining various aspects of the material creation to Nārada Muni. So Prabhu, if you don't mind, can I share my screen? Let me see if I have this. Okay, I think I'm able to share here. Thank you. So in this chapter, we are seeing the conversation between Sri Brahmaji and Nārada Muni. And various questions were asked by Sri Nārada Muni in the beginning. How the creation happens, who gives the elements for this creation, what is the source of your knowledge, even the knowledge of Brahmaji, and what is your real position. So about 7-8 questions Sri Nārada asked Brahmaji. The conclusion that we saw in the wonderful class by His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu yesterday, we saw the conclusion was Eklo Ishwar Krishna or Sababhritya. So only source of everything is Shri Krishna, and everyone else is his servant, his expansion, his incarnation. Everyone else is dancing as he makes them to do so. Even Sri Brahmaji confirms in Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karan Karanam. The cause of all causes is Shri Krishna, Govinda. So now various in this particular chapter and in the I think last 2-3 chapters, we saw specifically the Purush incarnations of Krishna, his expansions as puruṣavatars, which creates the whole material universe. Now there are various types of incarnations mentioned in the scriptures, mainly they are categorized in 6 types. So number 1 that we already saw, puruṣasya. Then there are yuga-avatars. In every yuga, in each of the 4 yugas, there is specific avatars, incarnations of Krishna. Then we have līlā-avatāras, which Sri Brahmaji is talking about in this particular verse. Actually, usually people know of only Dasa-avatar, 10 incarnations or 24 incarnations, but Srila Prabhupada is mentioning there are unlimited incarnations going on all the time. Then we have another category, which is man-avatar. In every time period of each Manu, there are different avatars, incarnations. Then Shakti-avesh avatars, like Nārada Muni, 4 Kumars. And then the last category is Guna avatars, based on who's the god of each mode of passion or ignorance or goodness. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Right. So this particular discussion, we will focus on the līlā-avatāras. So in the last couple of chapters or 3 chapters, it was a bit of technical description, how creation happens, quite technical. And all the devotees did wonderful seva in trying to explain it as simply as possible. So Brahmaji now, after explaining all the technicalities of this creation, he is not able to hold anymore. Why? Because now he wants to jump to the most pleasing and relishing pastimes of Shri Krishna. How beautiful pastimes of Krishna happens when he appears in different incarnations. And the name of the next chapter is also very interesting. Chapter 7. It is scheduled incarnations. So we'll see most of the incarnations of Krishna are mentioned there. And why this topic is even more pleasing to devotees? Because Srila Prabhupada mentions the verse number Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.8, which I will show on the screen now. And if we remember, this was the conversation between Srila Vyasadeva and Srila Nārada Muni. When Vyasadeva, even after composing so many Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, Itihas, he was still feeling not very happy, not very satisfied. And he was thinking in his mind, what went wrong? What did I miss? Then his spiritual master, Sri Nārada Muni, he appears and he tells him the real reason for his dissatisfaction. He says, "O Vyasadeva, whatever you have described so far is all about, it's about Krishna, but indirect description. Through Jnana Kand, Karma Kand, so many Kand. But you have not described and glorified the greatness and activities of Sri Krishna directly. How people should worship him directly, how to serve him, how Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. There's a lot of confusion in whatever you have composed so far. So now you describe about him directly." That was the instruction Sri Vyasadeva gets from his spiritual master. So Sri Vyasadeva composed Srimad Bhagavatam. By the mercy of Sri Nārada Muni, we got the Srimad Bhagavatam, Amala Puran, spotless Puran, Mahapuran, which is filled with the nectarian pastimes of Shri Krishna and his devotees. If we can just read this Mahapuran, no other Veda, no other Mahapuran is needed. So this also tells us that no matter we do so many yagnas or different types of worship, But the real satisfaction can be achieved only in Krishna Katha, or when we read or hear activities of Krishna, pastimes of Krishna. Just like when we hear Damodar Leela or Narsingha Leela, how little Krishna, he interacts with Mother Yashoda, and how Sri Narasimha Dev, he appears to save his dear devotee Prahlad, so many pastimes, or how he appeared as Vaman Dev, beautiful little boy, or any other pastimes for that matter. And then we read different commentaries by different acharyas in our parampara. That makes it even more, it fills it even more with so much nectar. It feels like it is Nitya Navayavanam. The pastimes are, no matter how much times you hear or read, they always look afresh. They increases the bliss in the heart of devotees eternally. And Srila Prabhupada's purports are so special, they just doesn't include the purports of just one acharya. Many acharyas' purports are in the purports of Srila Prabhupada. They are full and full, complete. Now, what is the effect of such Krishna Katha? Why Krishna Katha is being glorified so much? Because Sri Brahmaji is mentioning here, hearing of Krishna Katha counteracts all foul matter. Now, what is foul matter? So I was looking at the dictionary meaning. It says offensive to the senses, especially through having a disgusting smell or taste or being unpleasantly soiled. So in short, something which is not good for our senses. Due to so much of news, negativity, we hear all the time, we come in contact, right? Our ears, our hearts are filled with, our mind is filled with so much foul matter. So much prajalpa goes around us. He's like that, she's like that. So much gossip, criticism, negativity, so much passion, mode of passion or ignorance when we hear so much news on TV or read newspapers, TV shows, movies. So much crap is going in our mind, our heart. But Krishna Katha is the rasayan. It's an ointment that cleanses our ears and our heart. But what is the requirement? Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. Every day, regularly, we have to hear this wonderful transcendental literature, Srimad Bhagavatam. Nast prayeshu abhadreshu nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati uttam shloke bhaktir bhavati nashtaki. But regular attendance in the classes on Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering the service to the pure devotees. Whatever is troublesome in our heart, to our heart, will be completely destroyed. That's the promise of Srimad Bhagavatam. Completely destroyed. So, we should always remember there are two types of Bhagavatas. One is this book Bhagavat, Srimad Bhagavatam, and other is the person Bhagavat, the pure devotees who are living their life completely based on the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have to serve both. They are both identical. Srila Prabhupada says in the purport. So there is a very nice story about the effect of Shri Krishna Katha. It can transform the heart of anyone, no matter one is already a devotee or non-devotee or a thief or whoever. There was a nice story that comes that there was a thief and royal officers were chasing him. So to escape from the officers, that thief, he saw there is a tent where nice spiritual discourse is going on. A lot of people are gathered. So he goes into that gathering to hide himself. So officials reach there, these royal officials who were chasing him, they reached to that camp, but they thought a thief will never go into such katha, such Krishna katha. So they just left from there. They couldn't find him. Now in that katha, in that gathering, the childhood pastimes of Krishna were being discussed. How Krishna has a golden stick in his hand, how he has golden crown, how he wears golden ornaments every day. Now thief got alerted as soon as he heard the word gold. That was of interest to him, obviously. He thought it will be very easy to rob this little boy who has so much gold. So after the discourse was over, he approached the speaker, the saint who was speaking this Krishna Katha, and very innocently, with a very innocent face, he asked, Swamiji, where does this boy live you were talking about? Now, at first hand, the Swamiji thought, what a nice devotee. Nobody else came to me and followed up about him. And this person has so much interest in Krishna. So very excitedly, Swamiji says, oh, he lives in Krishna, in Vrindavan Dham. He's the son of King Nanda, son of Mother Yashoda. Now, thief was like not satisfied with this answer. He says, give me the exact address. He was to the point. His goal was cleared. And then he couldn't resist but reveals, I am a robber. So I want to rob this child. Give me the exact address. Now he became little commanding. Now, of course, Saint realized that this person is not really a devotee, but a thief. But because Saint has the full faith in Krishna, he started into that, he got into this conversation with the thief. He says, oh, he's the leader of even thieves. You don't know him. He's the leader of the biggest thieves. You won't be able to rob him easily. But thief was full of pride and, nobody is greater than me. I will just rob him. Now, thought was praying and he was thinking in his mind, Krishna will make Krishna transform him. He's so kind and generous that anyone who goes to Krishna with whatever intention, Krishna will purify. So even if we have materialistic desires and we are not able to get rid of them, our Acharya says we should go to Krishna, not to anybody else. Because he will fulfill our desires in a way that will be best for us, most purifying for us. So that thief left from that tent, but that saint called him back and warned him. Just one more thing, listen. He's very fearless. He's not scared by your strength. He will not be scared by your strength or just because you're a big guy. So do one thing. Take some butter and some sugar with you. So when you meet him, just give it to him. He will be more pleased and he will cooperate with you in this robbery. Now, thief walked the entire journey from that place was far from Vrindavan. He walked barefoot. He was very excited. I want to rob this child as soon as possible. He didn't even drink water or ate anything throughout the journey. When he reached Vrindavan, he saw some cowherd boys were grazing the cows. He asked them, where is this Krishna? Where does he live? And he said, the Krishna I'm talking about he wears golden crown. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj. He has golden stick. So the cowherd boys replied that, oh, we heard of a Krishna. It was a story from some previous age, some Dwapar Yuga. And that's all we know. So hearing this, the thief said, no, this is a very recent news. You guys are ignorant. You don't know anything. I just heard about him a few days back that he lives in Vrindavan. okay, you are trying to mislead me. Let me find him myself. So he was there in that Vrindavan Dham trying to find Krishna. Now one day, then he remembers that the saint asked, if you don't find him, take his name loudly. So he starts chanting his name, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Now, when somebody is taking Krishna's names, and remember, this thief was very, very determined. He was just not taking the names like I chant in the morning, just to complete my rounds. He was eager to meet Krishna. The intention might be whatever. So Krishna couldn't resist. He appears on the scene. And especially when somebody calls out Krishna's names with determination and sincerity, Krishna cannot resist. So as soon as Krishna appears, that this thief approaches him, and Krishna appears with all his friends, sakhas. So Krishna comes near him and said, take off all your garment. He was to the point. Take off all your ornaments and give to me. Krishna says, little Krishna says, oh no, how can I give it to me? Give it to you. These are mine. If I give it to you and go back home, Mother Yashoda will beat me. So I don't even know you. Why should I give it to you? So when the thief sees that Krishna is not cooperating, he remembers the words of the saints. What did saints say? That if he doesn't cooperate, just offer some butter and sugar to him. So he had butter and sugar, so he offers that to Krishna. Seeing the butter and sugar being offered, somebody offering him bhoga, Krishna says, okay, take these ornaments. My mother has so many ornaments that she will not be worried. She will give me the new ones. And Krishna starts eating that bhoga. When the thief saw Krishna's face, his beauty, how he is eating, his words, his smile, the impurity inside his heart starts vanishing. And then tears begin to flow from his eyes. His heart became pure. And then, of course, he give all the ornaments back to Krishna, but Krishna says, you take it. But of course, then there was a debate between the devotee. Now he becomes a devotee and Lord, and devotee now doesn't want anything. Just like Dhruv Maharaj, he doesn't want anything now after he got the darshan of Vishnu. So the conclusion is that the thief, where did all this started? The thief heard the words of the saint, Krishna Katha, and took instructions from him, somehow, directly, indirectly. And then he had the darshan of Krishna. He chanted his names, what made Krishna appear to the scene. So, when we chant our names, when we try to approach Krishna, that determination, that sincerity has to be there. And whatever we are reading in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, it should not be just a routine, that we just hear. We should meditate on whatever we are hearing every day and try to put in practice. Even if there is a one takeaway, that is enough for us to become purified. So, in this purport, Srila Prabhupada also mentions people are so much fond of so many news, different types of news. There are so many news channels, talk shows going on. And there's, I think, thousands of channels now. Back in days in India, when the TV was launched, there was only one channel. I'm sure for everybody, that was the case in USA also. But now so many channels and remotes, and then people are just changing the remotes every minute, practically. But they are not getting satisfied. Because Srila Prabhupada says, the cause of such dissatisfaction is the incompatibility of the message with the innermost stratum of the living soul, because those messages might be satisfying our senses to some extent, but that news, that gossips, that negativity is not satisfying to the soul. It's like somebody goes to the gas station and says, okay, fill in 10 gallons to my car and then give me 1 gallon to drink. That's not going to work. That's not the nourishment for my body, right? So that's why in Vedic culture, every evening people used to gather and meet and discuss Ramayana, Mahabharata, Krishna Katha after dinner, before sleeping. Every day they used to enact the pastimes of Krishna, Ram, Nrsimha, Vaman. So, but once we get the taste of Krishna Katha, I'm sure pretty much everyone has this experience, it's higher taste. Just like when in the childhood, we like to watch animation, cartoon movies, those silly cartoon shows. But as we grow, our taste changes. Now we want more real stuff, right? More real emotions, real action, real drama, real comedy. Similarly, as we advance in devotion and Krishna consciousness, we only want to hear about Krishna and his pastimes, or his incarnations, his activities. So much literature is available for materialistic people. So Srila Prabhupada is saying it is all trash. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he used to say that when for just a small town, there are so many newspapers, so much news, we should publish a newspaper filled with Krishna's pastimes practically every hour. There is so much going on in the spiritual world. So many incarnations, so many activities Krishna is performing. Krishna's incarnations and pastimes are unlimited. Why he appeared in different incarnations, what activities he is doing, for what reason, Krishna and his devotees, so much news is there. What he does in Vrindavan as a little boy, how he interacts with Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, his sakhas, then how he is as Lord Ramchandra performing pastimes in Ayodhya, how when he appears as Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who starts the Sankirtan movement, what he does in Srivas Agan every evening. We should fill this world with all this transcendental literature. There's so much going on. And that's why what Srila Prabhupada did, Brihat Mridanga. He composed and distributed so many Krishna conscious books in just very, very few years. It is impossible for an ordinary or even extraordinary person. Only possible for someone who is a divine personality and is completely connected to Krishna, who is beyond time and age. So, two types of Lord's activities Srila Prabhupada mentions in this purport: Lord's material versus spiritual activities. So, less intelligent people, they get stuck in the material creation, the scientific reasons, they get into all that, they get trapped into all those discussions. But devotees, they understand this creation is also a pastime of Krishna. And they also take interest, even more interest, in the activities of Krishna. They're not trying to prove this theory of cosmology or whatever. Actually, devotees are more attracted towards these activities that Lord performs when he appears in different incarnations. But, there is a but. We should be very careful to not jump into pastimes without making our foundation strong. We need to first become strong in philosophy of Krishna consciousness. That's why Srila Prabhupada gave us Bhagavad Gita as it is. Stronger the foundation, stronger will be the building of our devotional life. Strong will be our faith, and nobody will be able to shake us. Otherwise, if our philosophy foundation is not good, anyone can ask questions. Oh, why Krishna did so? Why Lord Ram left his wife and kids? Why Krishna steals butter and the garments of gopis? We will not be able to answer those questions, and our own faith may shake. So parallelly, to the pastimes of Krishna, Krishna Leela, we need to understand who he is. We need to first understand his greatness as a God, as the Supreme Lord, who we are in relation to him, and what is our real dharma. We are his das, his servants. Otherwise, without philosophy, the Krishna Katha will become just another entertainment for us. And also, activities of a person, the personal activities or sweet pastimes are more attractive when we know that person, how great he is. Otherwise, we'll take the person cheaply. We'll think Krishna is like us. He just comes, acts like us, and we will be all bewildered. So we need both Krishna conscious philosophy and nectarian Krishna Katha. Both are needed. Just one will, just having philosophy will be very dry for our heart, and just having Krishna Katha will be risky because our faith might get shaken at the later stage. Like a potter, he will mix water in the soil, but he will also give shape by hammering a little bit. That philosophy is the hammer for us. So we should be patient. Just like the bamboo tree, when it is sown, for at least 1.5 to 2 years, there is no growth. What's happening is, below the ground, it's making its roots very strong. And suddenly, after 2 years, 1.5 years, it will start growing very fast. So that is why Srila Prabhupada's books, his teachings, his classes are very special. They have mixed up both the philosophy and pastimes. So pastimes are so relishing. Now we will see so many pastimes will be described in the following chapters. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, every day he used to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Sri Gadadhar Pandit every evening. And who is Gadadhar Pandit? Srimati Radharani herself. Especially, he was very fond of listening to the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj with Nrsimhadev, about gopis in Vrindavan. It was so pleasing to him, he used to cry in ecstasy. And we know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes used to show the kurma form or the matsya form, the fish form. What was the internal reasons for that? Externally, that was happening. But internal reasons were that when he used to hear these pastimes, he used to get in so much ecstasy, so much bliss that he couldn't be able to control himself. And when the feeling of separation from Radharani or Brajvasis used to become very intense, his body used to get stretched like a boar incarnation, like this. That was his internal feeling. Or sometimes when he used to become distressed, transcendental distress, then he used to become shrink, like a kurma avatar, a tortoise incarnation. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed how to get absorbed in these pastimes that we are hearing, and we are going to hear more. Now, something very interesting about the Varaha incarnation. I hope everybody is still awake. Please listen attentively. Very, very interesting. We know that Lord Varaha, he appears from the nose of Brahma, and dive into the ocean to save Mother Earth. Usually, what comes out of our nose is very dirty matter, right? Not something to be glorified. But when it is Lord, is coming out of the nose of Brahmaji, is beautiful. It is worth glorifying. When he jumps into the ocean, Garbhodakshai ocean, to save Mother Earth, he's so big that he couldn't fit into the ocean. He's a big boar incarnation, Varaha. He keeps the whole world on his tusk, whole planet. So we can try to imagine how big he would be. So, and the Srila Jayadev Goswami has sung that Dasavatar Stotra, right? He says, Keshav Dhirta Shukar Sharira. You appeared as a great boar. Let me offer my respectful obeisances to you. But the same Lord, when he appears as Krishna, this same Lord who appears like a big boar, who couldn't be fit into even the ocean, the biggest ocean, the same Lord gets bathed by Mother Yashoda in a bucket. Inconceivable for us. This is the glories of Krishna. And Krishna's pastimes, these leelas are not just pleasing to the heart, but they also inspire us to serve him and his devotees. And actually, Krishna and his devotees are always eager to serve each other. And this is what we see in pure devotees, in the life of pure devotees. Each and every leela has instructions for us to help us advance in devotional life. So there's a very nice thing I heard, and I will end with that sometimes we know Krishna goes to Chandravali's camp. There is Radharani's camp and then Chandravali's camp. So when Krishna goes to Chandravali's camp, externally Radharani shows unhappiness, but internally her mood is to think, let me see why Krishna is going to this Chandravali's camp, what she does, how she serves him. So please, this is very nice. Please listen attentively. So Radharani has a divine aeroplane, a big one that can expand or shrink based on the number of passengers. Big airplane. Now imagine that it can become big or small, depending on the requirement. So what she does, she asks all her friends, maidservants and maidservants to board on this airplane. No ticket needed. No need to find any deals on the internet. Just get on board. Now, anyone knows how many maidservants she has? Any guesses? Okay, I hope everyone is still awake. But I will tell that number. Huh?
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Maidservant of Radha.
Yeah, how many maidservants she has? That's the question.
It would be in the millions.
Yes. And they've described 350 millions maidservants she has. And she doesn't just ask 1 or 10 or 100 friends to get on the plane. She asks all 350 million maidservants to get on that plane. Why? What she want to do? That airplane is then taken to Chandravali's camp, hovering over there, not to disturb the service that is going on there for Krishna. They don't want to disturb the service or Krishna's pastimes that are happening there. But rather, Radharani instructs everyone on the airplane, all her maidservants, observe how he is being served. Observe in detail what food items are being served, what drink has been given to him, how his shringar is being done, how he is being decorated, how eager everybody is there to serve him. What are they talking about? How are they talking? So observe in detail. Why? Because we should also go back, and when Krishna comes, we should serve him like that. So that's the mood. So we should get inspired with each other. So Krishna actually appears for all of us, not just for few devotees. How? He appears as in the form of Archvigrah to allow us to serve him. But we need to uplift ourselves so that we can come to that spiritual platform where we can participate and assist him in his Leela. And Kali Kale, Naam Rupe, Krishna Avatar. What is the incarnation in this Kali Yuga? Of course, we know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. Kalki will also come in the future. But the most important at this present age and time, Kali Kale, Naam Rupe, Krishna Avatara. Krishna appears in the form of his names. So we should always, that is our first seva, to chant the name of Krishna. And if we are doing it rightly, offenselessly, that I'm teaching to myself, then everything else will fall in place. So both, I will conclude with that, both philosophy of Krishna consciousness and Krishna pastimes, they should go in parallel. Both are important so that we do not get dry just with philosophy. At the same time, we do not get carried away with just pastimes. Both are important. And that will make our faith very strong and keep our life, Krishna conscious life, full of nectar, full of enthusiasm. So with that, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Nārada Muni ki jai, Srila Brahma ji ki jai. I will conclude here. Anyone has any points to add, any corrections, please unmute yourself. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for a wonderful lecture that you brought so many points out, and especially in pastime too, that you talked about, that the thief that was trying to first of all run away, and then of course we went into a place where Krishna Katha was a main program was going on, and then he finally found out that, oh, the Krishna they're talking about is so much jewelry, but he wanted to steal. But Krishna changed. Finally, Krishna made him and then changed his heart also. It was wonderful. And it's said in the Shastra, you come, whatever thoughts you have, but if that thought focuses your mind on Krishna, then you will connect with Krishna, and Krishna will purify you. It's wonderful pastime. Thank you for sharing that. Devotee, this is time if you want to make comments, ask questions, as Dear Krishna Prabhu said. This is the time to unmute yourself and join in and ask a question or share a realization that's come to mind. Hare Krishna. So anyone? Okay, I have one point that I just wanted, if you could share some more information on it. That towards the end of the lecture, you did say that the devotees should do two things. They know about philosophy and also know about the pastimes, both. Can you comment a little bit more on the importance of knowing more about Krishna before the pastimes, especially since where the pastimes are in Srimad-Bhagavatam is always in Canto 10, and first canto to ninth canto talks about the Lord himself. If you can stress the importance of that.
Sure, Prabhu. Yeah, that's very important. And Srila Prabhupada mentions many times, we should not jump to Canto 10 directly. We should go, this Canto 1 and 2 are like foundation. So we need our legs to be strong to be able to stand for a long time. So if we want to be in this journey of Krishna consciousness, we need our foundation to be strong. And even before that, we should understand the whatever is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. That we cannot, sometimes people say, oh, why these lectures are always about soul and super soul. No, that is the first step, that unless we come to that platform, of course, it's very hard to get rid of conditioning, but we need to hear this again and again, that we are not this body, we are soul. Then only we will be able to make connection with Krishna in the right frame of mind or right frame of consciousness, because Krishna is not material. So that understanding that we are not this body, this soul is the foundation, that philosophy has to be very, very strong. All the teachings in Bhagavad Gita, and then we start with Canto 1, Canto 2, like we are doing here. And then once we understand the greatness of Krishna, and then how little we are, then we come to that platform that we will never misjudge Krishna and his pastimes. Nobody will be able to shake our faith. So that strong faith is very, very important. And for strong faith, strong philosophy is very, very important. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for the good detailed description for the understanding of, especially since you mentioned go Bhagavad Gita first to have a strong foundation, and then the detailed foundation also in the first and second cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is where we are now in second canto. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Devotees,
there's so many devotees, even after 20, 30 years, every day they will read Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam back from Canto 1. So
yeah,
they do it. Thank you for bringing
it's,
that point.
it's very, very important. And the read, and the more you, just want to make a comment, and the more you read about it and get into it in terms of, the way it affects your life, you realize that it's a never-ending transcendental literature. You can read Bhagavad Gita 100 times and still feel like reading it, because every time you read it, you'll get some realization from it that was not there the 99th time you read it.
200%.
It's like that.
Absolutely. When I
Like that.
take up Bhagavad Gita, whenever I get chance, I said, oh, I missed it when I read it first time. It's so new.
It's an eye-opener. Only because Krishna reveals himself the more you serve him. And that's why when you read the books, the realization also comes like that. Wonderful. Thank you very much for nice lecture. Any final points, takeaways, or questions the devotees might like to ask? If not, well, we're on the top of the hour. Thank you very much, Boo, for giving the class today. And this is the weekend. So devotees, have a nice weekend. Those of you in this area, hopefully we'll see you in the temple on Sunday, in good time, not later, but in good time, if you know what I mean. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhishya kripa sindhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you again.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.